So the advantages of native, I think, are super clear, especially as the world moves into mobile. We have to treat the consumer differently in the smaller screen than the larger screen. So if you think about the consumer experience in the small screen, it's principally why I think native is a good opportunity going forward. It solves a number of key challenges I think we've been facing in the industry. One is you want the user experience to be an enjoyable one and a seamless one, and the advertising fits seamlessly into that experience. So our examples with Yahoo Gemini, where the ad looks similar to the content experience and the publisher can adapt it to look like it's in the news stream, I think that allows the user to continue what they're doing and the advertising doesn't interrupt, which I think is the second thing it solves. Currently, display advertising was built for desktop. If you think about large rectangles and large squares and you put them into a small screen, it just jars with the user experience and also interrupts the user. And every publisher wants to both attract users and retain them and keep them on their website or in their app as long as possible. And if you interrupt them with bad advertising, you're going to likely lose them, which is exactly the opposite effect you want from the user experience. The third, I think, is load time. So native advertising streams much quicker. And if the page or the app loads really slowly, the user, again, will get upset and will probably disengage. So native advertising solves the third issue, which is around load times. And they load much quicker, which is a better user experience. The fourth, if you think about the user and data consumption, they don't want to spend a lot of time and data waiting for content to load, because you're paying for that data via your carrier, via your telco. So again, the user may choose to block ads in preference to using up data to serve content, which they know includes advertising. But I think they also know that they want free content, and they want to have that free content more than they want to avoid advertising, as long as that advertising is a good experience. So I think that's why native has a significant advantage over display. I think we have to have a standardization on scale. So you have to be able to buy native both manually and programmatically and have the choice to do both of those. I'd rather see less standardization on creativity and more innovation. So I think native is probably right at the beginning of its journey. I'm speaking later, and I talk about if native is a 24-hour day, we're probably in the first minute of the first hour. So if you think what we'll look back on native in 3 to 5 years' time, we'll say, yeah, when we launched native, it was very limiting on its creativity. So I'd rather see the standards expand and be much more creative, so that it gives a much bigger opportunity for, again, in mobile, content is consumed super quickly. So advertising in mobile and video needs to think, okay, do I want to serve my 30-second TV ad in mobile when the user experience is much quicker? And as you get younger, people scroll much faster. I'm in my 50s. I scroll nice and slowly. My son, who's 22, scrolls like a demon. I mean, I've never seen someone use their thumb so quickly. So you think about that experience. The advertisers, the standard should be, okay, not 30 seconds, not 60 seconds, because that's appropriate for TV. But in mobile, maybe it should be 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 6 seconds, 8 seconds. And so what we charge for that experience then has to be adaptable. But I think the standard needs to be think mobile first, think quick content consumption, and grab the user's attention super quick. But it's got to be 100% viewable.